We're back. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd. First day of the Timberwolves season. As you can see, I'm kind of jacked out in my Timberwolves gear. I got my Nas Reed shirt, new Nas Reed shirt that came in, T-Wolves hat. I don't got the bobblehead by me, but that's out on display out in the living room. I got my Nas Reed flag up there. We're big Wolves fans. Watched all 97 games, I believe, we played last year. So I don't miss them. Show up for them, and I'm really excited to check them out tonight. But first, we've got some Dynasty fantasy football that we got to jump into. We've got the injury report right here. So let's take a look at it, and then later we're going to run in and we're going to take a look at my team breakdown. Kind of go through what I've got right now, just kind of fun exercise, get some things going. So we're here on NBC Sports. Got Matthew Berry, front and center, king of fantasy football. We love him. All right. AFC East looking like day-to-day for Kincaid, and Josh Palmer doesn't matter. Tyreek Hill, he's out for the season. We know that. Darren Waller, week to week. Darren Waller has been playing incredible as of late. He was in retirement for like 2 to 3 years, it feels like, after really falling off when he went to the Giants, because of course he was great with the Raiders, went and played for the Giants for a little bit, and it just the production wasn't the same. But with Johnny Smith being in Pittsburgh now, Arthur Smith loves that guy. With Johnny Smith being in Pittsburgh, it opened up a positional need, and Darren Waller slid in there. So it's looking like Tanner Connor will be the replacement, but like it says, I don't think that would be a smart matchup considering their opponent. So the Falcons, not ideal. When we played him with TJ Hawkinson, the Vikings, when the Vikings played the Falcons, TJ didn't have the greatest game. So I think, the Darren Waller injury kind of sucks because he has been a very viable starter in fantasy, especially if you're not in tight end premium where the tight ends are less valuable. Darren Waller is just fine if you're going cheap at the tight end position. Wow. How did I miss this? Antonio Gibson tore his ACL in week 5. How did I not see that? So, like we've seen in recent weeks, Ramondre Stevenson had a great week last week, but Travion Henderson, big name in Dynasty, he was going in like the top 5. He was going in like, I'd say the 4 to 7 range, depending on drafts, in Superflex primarily. And I still think he has a very bright future, but I think we're going to see a committee backfield with him and Ramondre. I think right now, Stevenson, he's more of a future play. And Ramondre has been playing pretty well. Or not Stevenson, Henderson, sorry. Henderson, Stevenson, both end with S-O-N. So Henderson, it's going to be his job soon. I think Ramondre, there's a decent chance he gets waived either at the end of this season or next season. So this is Travion's future job, and he has bell cow potential. But Ramondre's been playing pretty good. Had a great week last week, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. But with Antonio Gibson out, it just takes another one more player to navigate around, or one less player to navigate around for Travion Henderson. So New York Jets was ruled out for week 7, and hopeful to play in week 8 with Garrett Wilson. There is a big hole in that Jets offense. I wonder how our guy Quentin Skinner from the University of Kansas, how he's doing on the Jets practice squad. I knew that their receiving core was pretty weak to start the season, and Skinner played very impressively in the preseason, and I think the coaching staff liked what they saw out of him in camp. So I'm interested to see if our guy Skinner gets some action with Wilson potentially missing a couple weeks. That one hurts me. I got Wilson. I have a lot of Wilson stock across my fantasy leagues. Braylon Allen, pretty serious knee injury. Yeah, Breece Hall. When Breece Hall is getting 25 plus touches a game, he is an absolute monster. But Braylon Allen is a great running back, great young running back, durable. He's more of the David Montgomery to Braylon Allen, or to Breece Hall's Jahmyr Gibbs. So with Braylon Allen sidelined, I think you're going to see a lot more Breece Hall touchdowns in the red zone. So that's kind of my take there. Lamar's working on a return. I think this might be the week And the Ravens really need it. So with Lamar back, of course, it just elevates everything in that offense. Look for improvement from Andrews, Henry, Flowers, Bateman, if you're starting a guy like Bateman. Bengals, let's see it. 3 months. Well, Joe Flacco played great in week 6. So I think that right now, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase feel comfortable starting them. The offense is going to open back up with an established a guy who can pass the ball efficiently like Joe Flacco. So expect more production from Chase Brown as well. Cleveland Browns. Hey, Cedric Tillman was a big surprise last year. But I think that with him missing time, we're going to see a lot more chances, like it says here, for those 4 rookies. And what a class on the offensive side of the ball for the Browns. They kind of went with a Stefanski type draft style. Maybe that's a little bit of the Minnesota or not Stefanski. Rick Spielman. Maybe that's some of that Minnesota Rick Spielman, the time that him and Stefanski spent together in Minnesota. Maybe that's some of that rubbing off on him as they went and got some guys in this rookie class. Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, David Njoku, Harold Fannin, Isaiah Bond, and Jodkins, and Sampson. How could I forget that? They got a lot of guys to get the ball to. So with Cedric Tillman going down, although he has been great, I'm really excited to see what we can get from Harold Fannin and Isaiah Bond with an increased snap share with Tillman's absence. Sorry to my man, Professor Foster, but we're going to keep on scrolling past the Steelers. Although I did like what I saw from Roman Wilson. I'm excited to see if he can get a little bit more. I know you're not a Michigan guy, but I'm a fan of Roman Wilson. I think he was great with J.J. McCarthy in college at Michigan. So Nick Chubb is still not going away. That's right. Woody Marks has been playing well, but waiting on the Mixon return there. Concussion for Collins. Xavier Hutchinson. I wonder. I finally gave up on Mechie this season, so not sure if he's been doing too much. I don't even know if he's on that roster anymore. But other production wise, yeah, it sucks that he wasn't able to carve out a career. But man, at least he made it to the league after everything he dealt with. Colts. Nothing here of note. Well, wide receivers out. More targets for the man, Tyler Warren, who's a stud. That Colts offense is incredible right now. Brenton Strange, injured reserve. Currently the tight end 20. Let's see more targets for Travis Hunter. It worked out last week. Got his first touchdown in the NFL. Would not mind to get more of that. Hamstring for Calvin Ridley. Alec Ayomanor, the rookie guys. Ayomanor, Shamir DK, and then Tyler Lockett getting released by request. I just put in a waiver claim for DK. I remember when he was playing at Wisconsin when I was living back home in Minnesota. We'd play up against DK for quite a few years, and he's a great player. And he balled out against the Patriots. And like it's saying here, likely to be featured as the primary slot receiver. But I think Alec, he's a great player as well. I like him out of Stanford. 2 rookies, 2 exciting rookies. This Titans team is just really exciting with all the rookies they got as a Dynasty fan. Denver, you're clear. Chiefs, you're clear. No, Bowers, my guy. I love Bowers. I've got him in Dynasty. I got him with the 5th pick last year. So he's out for the last 2 weeks. They're expecting him back after the week 8 bye. Perfect. That's good to know. Michael Mayer played a 92% snap share in week 6. Wow. So yeah, if Bowers is out and you need a guy to fill in, cheap guy to fill in, Mayer looks like a very safe play if he's playing 92% snap share. Jacoby Myers missed week 7 loss. Expected to return following week 8. Will he still be on the team at the deadline? I'm leaning no with how this roster's been, how this team has been performing. Wouldn't be surprised if they cleared house. But I mean, if Geno's under contract, they're going to try to compete. And it's not the Brady way to go tank. Come on. With Tom Brady in the ownership group, they're going to go all out. All right, let's see it. Amarian Hampton. This is the guy. We know Najee Harris, freak injury. Sucks what happened with him in the Chargers. I was excited to see if he could do a little bit of what J.K. Dobbins was doing over there. And just to get a change of scenery outside of Pittsburgh. So But it just sucks to see that happen with Najee. Those Achilles injuries are always terrible. And then Hampton on IR. So hopefully week 9, 10, 11, potentially he's back and balling out. Love Hampton. Great. He's going to be Dynasty. He's going to be a perennial running back over the next 3-4 years. He just has it all. He has everything. But a guy that I was interested in last year, Kamani Vidal, I believe out of Notre Dame. I picked him up in the 3rd round in not this previous rookie draft, but the year before. And just because there was no competition in that Chargers running back room, it was like, okay, Dobbins is going to get hurt. So Vidal will eventually get a shot. And surprise, Dobbins had a phenomenal year and stayed healthy. So yeah, jumping over to the NFC East, Miles Sanders, I don't care. Javonte Williams has been balling. Near workhorse. Yeah, he's been a bell cow. But I still think that Jaden Blue, yes, he's worth rostering, especially in Dynasty. And if you're playing well in pass protection, that's only going to increase your snap count. Like coaches, quarterbacks, players, they want you on the field as a running back if you're playing well in the pass pro. And we saw a lot of that with Devin Neal. There was a clip that kind of was trending on Twitter. Devin Neal, KU alumni, future star running back for the Saints, had a great block protecting his quarterback Spencer Rattler this week. Neighbors, Slayton. Well, Jordan Humphrey, I wouldn't start him, but we know what's up with Neighbors. Maybe a little bit of Theo Johnson, maybe a little bit more Theo Johnson targets. Let's see it. He's working his way back. McLaurin's working his way back. 4th consecutive game that he'll miss. And Debo is out. Yeah, so Chris Moore, Jalen Lane, and Luke McCaffrey. I'm excited for Jalen Lane. Let's see if he can get some good run because he's on the timeline. He's on a very similar timeline with Jaden Daniels. So let's see if they can potentially build a relationship there. And I'm hoping that Jaden Daniels is back this week because I need him back on my roster. Cole Kmet, back injuries. Part of the game, week 7. Career high, 67% snap rate in week 7. If Kmet is out again, and Colston Loveland, very high potential as a pass catcher, tight end, true tight end. Kind of think Sam Laporta in that in that Lions scheme. I see that as being Colston Loveland, and Ben Johnson loves his dual tight end sets. But I think Colston Loveland is going to be the real damage dealer in Chicago. So, and he hasn't been a great start yet, but if he's out, not against the Bears, error here. I'm not sure who they're playing this week, but if he's out this week, Colston Loveland, if you're weak in the tight end room, if you got a guy like Waller that's out, definitely I would be comfortable with starting Cole Kmet. Jaden Reed, not sure. It's probably going to be quite a bit on him. IR, yeah. Still a dynasty hold, of course. Christian Watson. Is this guy going to break? I feel like he's like awaiting a breakout. As crazy as it sounds, he's been in the league for like 4 or maybe 5 years now. But I feel like this guy still is like awaiting a breakout. He's so fast, so tall, NDSU wide receiver. He should be the X to Matthew Golden's Y. That's my take. And then have Jaden Reed be like your flex guy, your slot, go do it all, read jet sweep type player. McCarthy, we need McCarthy back. Vikings need McCarthy back. But the Vikings are going to do their best to protect their investment. They're not going to rush him. They don't want to lose any more time without him. More than 100. Okay. You're going to judge. So here's what we're seeing. They're judging this off of the 2 games that McCarthy played. 1 game, first game ever. Second game, got hurt in like the second quarter and had a baby that week. So he did not have much time to prepare and he got hurt. So I think the offense is going to work better with McCarthy. He's been in the system longer. He's a better thrower of the football, better quarterback, better decision maker, better athlete, better upside, better potential, cheaper contract. Over it. I want JJ McCarthy back. Looks like Aaron Jones might be making his return. I'm not sure, but even if he does, Jordan Mason is still the guy that you want to start in fantasy, just because of his goal line opportunities and his ability to go get those nasty yards. Aaron Jones, yeah, he has a lot of upside as a receiver. He's very able to burst those big runs, but he's not the same Aaron Jones we saw in Green Bay, and that's very, very easy to see. Yes, he's a great addition to the Vikings offense. Great counterpunch to Jordan Mason, as Jordan Mason is to him. But I'd say wait a couple weeks, see how he performs coming off that hamstring injury, and then see how you're feeling with him. Yeah, Andy Dalton's gonna start. Penix will be fine, but I think it would be kind of funny to see Cousins start. I don't know. Maybe they're like, hey, let's throw Cousins out there. Andy Dalton. What's up with the redhead quarterbacks coming in to save the day? Carson Wentz and Andy Dalton. Not fun. High ankle sprain. At my buddy Thor Nystrom. Soft bench for Bryce Young. That's what all the media heads are saying. This is a soft benching when JJ McCarthy got hurt. No, he's actually hurt. So Bryce Young is getting soft benched for Andy Dalton, like JJ was for Carson Wentz. Kendra Miller. Here's one that I'm really excited for. Devin Neal. Let's see it. Let's get some carries this week. Higher snap count. I know he had some healthy scratches, but I think that Kendra Miller. I never wish injury on anybody. I've been big on Kendra Miller. I have Kendra Miller stock, stud out of TCU. I've got him in a couple leagues. But man, Dennis Allen, he just knew it. Like this guy just can't stay on the field, and it sucks because we haven't really been able to see what he's capable of doing. So, but regardless, one of my favorite players in the NFL that's not on the Minnesota Vikings, Devin Neal, change of pace role for the Saints. Let's see it. I'm really, really excited. I think they're going to run with Kamara quite a bit, but also he has an injury history, so I would not be surprised if they gave Devin Neal a good amount of snaps. No Godwin this week. No Evans this week. Potentially out Bucky Irving. And Jalen McMillan. Holy crap. And Egbuka? What in the world? Oh my goodness. Bench Baker. That's what I say about that. Maybe Rachaad White. Start Rachaad White if you don't have anybody else. But like otherwise, who's Baker going to throw the ball to? Cade Otton. NFC West. Kyler Murray still out. Don't know how long. After this week's bye, should be back in week 9. Trey Benson, this one sucks. Trey Benson is another guy that I was really excited to see. Like I said, sucks to see guys like James Conner go down with those ankle injuries, but I was excited to see Trey Benson get that lead back role. Till he returns, I don't think any of the Arizona running backs are worth starting. Rams, Puka should be good. Puka's a stud. Probably going to finish as wide receiver 1 this season if he can stay healthy. Or no, that's a lie. It's going to be Chase. Chase if he stays healthy. But Puka was on great pace, that's for sure. Mac Jones is a fine start. And in a Shanahan, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, really. You got to be really, really bad to not be able to succeed in a Shanahan offense. And Mac Jones is good, and he fits the system. I thought it was really interesting when they were talking about how they were looking at taking him with that number 3 pick and then talked themselves out of it and grabbed Trey Lance. So it's just crazy. What if we could be in a different dimension right now? So, and then Ricky Pearsall has not yet returned to practice. So, and then Jawan Jennings, 5 broken ribs. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. George Kittle's coming back, so working his way back, and he's going to start picking up the pace here soon. But McCaffrey's still the guy in San Francisco. So we'll do a quick team breakdown. I did not expect to take that much time talking about the injury report, but that was fun. I think we might do that on a weekly basis. But here's my roster on Keep Trade Cut database. I've got JD, Patty, who's been playing incredible. Patrick Mahomes, resurgent season this year. He's out for blood. He's out to prove his name. Saquon, who I traded for last year, traded quite a bit for him. He's currently RB10. I went all in last year. Holy crap. Who in the world made that trade? I went all in. I traded 2 picks. One of them was round 2, pick 1. And another was a 3rd rounder for Stafford, Saquon, and I think a third that I could take Devin Neal with. So that's kind of how that's looking. Corey. Jacobs. Jacobs was in that. No. Jacobs was in the Brees trade. I did another trade for Brees with Jacobs in a pick, which, I don't know, get younger and hopefully get Brees traded. Wide receiver room is stacked. Passed on Igbuka. I could have a Igbuka like right here instead of Hunter down here. But I went for the home run. My guy, Brock Bowers. And then I got 2 firsts this year. That's it. 2 firsts. 2 firsts this year. First next year. And then all my picks after 2028. So that's where we're sitting right now. We're going to pump out another video tomorrow. Still deciding on a topic, but I'm going to make it fun for you guys, for the viewers. So I've been having fun with this. I'm very surprised with how much fun it has been and how easy it is to do this as well. I thought the recording setup was going to be quite different, but maybe I'll include some reactions to the T-Wolves game in tomorrow's video. So, all right, thanks for watching. It was fun to put this together, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.